Okay, so we're back. And we're going to erase this all now and go through the next batch in chronological order, in the order that I got them. And there's so much gold here. It's going to blow your mind as it blows mine. So I'm going to go through them one by one, preach on them to the glory of God. And you are going to see the glory of God as we go. Okay. No joke, folks. This shocked me just as much as it'll shock you for sure. Okay, I've got all these written down. I was just getting a whole bunch, wrote them down. I just write them down on scraps of paper. Okay? This was in Cactus Club Cafe that divides by 3, and then grabbing another strip and just writing. This is going to blow your mind. A divine set of letters from Jehovah talking about a righteous woman and girls that are on fire for Jesus Christ. They are full of love. Love, love, love is the hallmark of the righteous, Christ-filled person. And so watch this. This is the exact word that I have from Jehovah that is so beautiful for love, it's not even funny. I'm not joking. This caught me by surprise just as much as it's going to catch you by surprise. It's the phrase, hot girls. I'm not joking. But it is, they are full of love. And I'm going to prove it mathematically because you find love plus love perfectly in this phrase with all the 27s. 27 plus 27 equals one love, and then 27 plus 27 equals the other love. It is perfect. It is exact. We're going to tear down some lies here in solving this about what a hot girl is. The Bible tells us what a hot girl is. It's someone who's on fire for Jesus Christ. That is, they are full of love, obeying the 2 greatest commandments better than anyone on the planet, which is number 1, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And number 2, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. That is what a hot girl is. Someone who's on fire for God. In love with God, loving others, love, love, love. And we're going to prove that mathematically right now. I'm just looking for my red pen here. It's been a most red. Come to me. I got so much stuff around here. It's probably, I want to do all the highlighting in red, folks. I insist on recording everything. This is all uncut video. It's probably on the floor somewhere. There it is. There's our red expo marker. And remember, red divides by 3, expo divides by 3, and marker divides by 3 by Divine Ordinance, okay? So, you can see I solved these things while I'm... this is written down on a piece of paper that was in my wallet while I was at Cactus Club Cafe, which adds to 120 perfectly. While I was at Cactus Club Cafe, I get a Sprite. Sprite equals truth. Okay, but I got this gem from Jehovah while I was walking there. Okay, and so look at the beautiful 27s. 27 right here, chain link. 27 right here, bookends. No joke, folks. This is that perfect. And then 27 right here, IR. 27 right here, OL. It's too perfect. 27, 27, 27, 27 equals 108 equals worship equals love plus love. And we found all the 27s that make the 2 loves. As a bonus for you, the glorious phrase full moon equals the same thing. 4 27s that you can very easily find. LO, the first half of love, 27, LO for 27, FU 27, MN 27. Equals the same thing as up here, 4 27s embedded in the 8 letters. What is overwhelmingly exceptional about the phrase hot girls is that all the letters in the center of this phrase divide by 3 individually, and they are the letters that go up in 3s. Look at these, the numbers of these letters are 9, 12, 15, 18. You've got to be kidding me. 9 is I, 12 is L, 15 is O, 18 is R. That divides by 3, divides by 3, divides by 3, divides by 3, going up in 3s. 9 plus 3 is 12, plus 3 is 15, plus 3 is 18. So exactly half of the letters divide by 3, going up in 3s in the center of the words, and then the words connect with 20 plus 7 equals 27, and they're bookended with 8 plus 19 equals 27. Good night. Good night. We've just solved all hot girls in the name of love. Hot girls are those who are full of love, and we've just proven it mathematically. Okay? And as for physical appearance, whoever does their best with what God has given them, that's hot. That's all you have to do, is do your best with what God has given you. But if you want to talk about physically beautiful people, sure, they are all a gift from God, of course, as well, in the name of love, to the inspiration of all of our worship, and yada, yada, yada. But hot girls are those who love, love, love. And that is the message here. Okay, 27 plus 27, 27 plus 27. It's a miracle. It's ordained by heaven. It's a divine word of God. Man, love plus love plus love. Mind-blowing. You know, and just mind-blowing. And then you can think of, you know, the daughters of Job in the Bible. The Bible says God gave Job 3 daughters that were more beautiful than all the others in the land. It's like, sure, physical beauty, but far more importantly, spiritual beauty, character, and obedience to God. Okay, amazing. This one honestly caught me by surprise, probably as much as it's catching you by surprise. But it's so beautiful. It's so mathematically beautiful. And I know it was from Jehovah. And I mean, hot girls are a gift from God. But hot on fire girls for Jesus Christ. That is, Jesus says, I wish you were either hot or cold. That is to say, be on fire for God, be living a life of love, be obeying the 2 greatest commandments. That's a hot person. It's just there, in the name of love. Awesome word from God. Okay, I got so much to do here, and I want to get it as much on the board as possible to talk about it all. I'll try my best. Divides by 3. My best divides by 3. If I don't need to write it on the board, I won't. I'll just show it up at the camera here. My best. Look at the cross-linking there. 33, 27, 24, pure cross-linking, okay? And then I was getting a ton, as I was meditating on the game of tennis, because today we played tennis and I got a ton of gems while playing. I just got a whole bunch more. And this is a whole bunch of tennis terms that are mind-blowing. Okay, so I'm going to write as many on the board as I possibly can, even if they're small. Okay, so tennis in 6 letters is 81, 3 times 3 times 3. Then you can play doubles tennis. Well, doubles is 3 points less than tennis, 78. It's too obvious. Both divide by 3, differing by 3. Done. Every single point in any sport is for the glory of Jesus, equals Messiah, equals gospel, equals cross, equals the King. Okay? So anytime someone uses the word point or gets a point, they are unknowingly glorifying Jesus, the Messiah, gospel, the cross, the King. Okay? Point equals that. Equals other famous words like energy, element. All those are biggies. This is how Jesus takes the glory for every single point in a game of tennis. Okay? I got that word from Jehovah while we were playing tennis, rip it. And he said that to me before I would serve, because rip it adds to 72 perfectly with 2 36s. 36 from the letters that don't divide by 3, 36 from the letters that do, and that composed of 9, 9, double 9. Rip it, 72. Another phrase that I've had in my personal life. And I remember in high school, when I was sitting on the bench in volleyball, I was normally on the floor, but no matter what, I say, hit it! Right before the power hitter is about to swing. And I have gems of prophecy in my life. Okay? A prophet is someone who speaks words given by God that make things happen. Okay? Hit it is a mathematically perfect gem. I didn't know it at the time, but I'll never forget, there was one guy, a power hitter, he said, you know, I've noticed that every single time you say hit it before I hit the ball that much harder. And he actually said that to me. This was like in grade 9, grade 10, junior boys volleyball. His name was Dan Wolders or something like that. I think that's his full name. But I would say hit it just before he would pound the ball, volleyball, when I just sensed that it was the right set and he should hit it with force. And he said to me after, he said, I just noticed that every single time you say hit it, I hit the ball way harder. And I'm recalling that to mind now that I know the numbers on all this, and Jehovah was encouraging me playing tennis today when he said rip it every single time. So hit it is too obvious. These 3 letters, which are like a pitchfork, make 48, and then the 2 I's are 9. You know, 3, 3, 3. So that's 18 plus 48 equals 66, divides by 3. 6 points less than 72, which divides by 6. Rip it. Hit it. You can say that with force right before your son is about to hit a volleyball serve or hit a volleyball spike. Okay? It's mathematically perfect for the Trinity. Okay? So more tennis terms now. The serve is the serve starts the game. Serve equals Jehovah equals 69. That happens with a swing. Swing equals 72, 3 points higher. Both dividing by 3. Okay, just like boom. Serve and a swing. The serve starts with a good toss. Okay, toss starts with love. TOS. It's very famous everywhere that occurs. And then you say a good toss. You get 3 plus 1s together. A good toss divides by 3. The point of contact. I'm just going to go lightning speed here, folks. I really do feel led to write all this on the wall. Just like in the book of Daniel, the writing is on the wall, as it were. Okay? Divine phrases from Jehovah. Everything that happens in a game of sport is all about points of contact. And the rest is pure physics. For example, in tennis, the only moment that actually controls that ball, other than physics, is the point of contact. When the racket strikes the ball, and the rest is pure physics. The spin, whatever, that ball is now gone, subject to gravity and physics that God, physics divides by 3, gravity divides by 3, containing love and pitchfork. We solved gravity in detail the other day, contains love and pitchfork faction. Ball, of course, 3 times 3 times 3. But, so, everything in the game of tennis is all about the point of contact. That's the golden moment when the rubber meets the road, so to speak. It's like, I don't care what fancy clothes you're wearing, what kind of racket you wear, it's all about those points of contact when your racket hits the ball. So, the point of contact divides by 3. Then you can substitute the moment of contact, same offset. The moment of contact divides by 3, and then you can change the word contact to connection. Okay, the moment of connection. Okay? And then substitute both of these words, substitute, both of these words, substitute. It all always divides by 3. Okay, to the glory of the Trinity. More words. The ball flieth. This is too cool. These equal 60, and then flieth equals 60. And the ETH ending is the best way you can end something, because that's the famous the at the beginning. The ball flieth is better than saying the ball flies. It's 9 points higher. Okay, the ball flieth equals 60 plus 60, 120 perfectly, or you can say the ball flies equals the famous 111, 9 points less than 120. It's all pure 3s though. 27, or 33, 27, and then this 60 fest. The ball flieth. That's basically what you can say as an observer of any sport game. The ball flieth. Okay. And then the ball spinneth. This is very cool because spinneth by Divine Ordinance doubles the L, doubles the N, pardon me, in English. So you have the I divides by 3, P ends together, S ends together, and then the famous ETH ending. So the ball spinneth divides by 3. Okay? That's basically the summary of tennis. The ball flieth, the ball spinneth. Awesome. I'm just going to keep flying through all these, okay? in the point of contact between a racket and a ball, like we're solving the game of tennis mathematically is what we're doing. String equals 87, okay? Ball equals 27. Hello, they differ by 60 points, okay? And then, so at the point of contact, it's the string plus the ball equals 114, both divides by 3. And always rip it. Remember I got that word from Jehovah, always rip it. Always 81 pure 3s, rip it with 72. Both divide by 9, okay? So rip it, 72, always 81, both divide by 9, differing by 9, okay? Equals 153 divides by 9. Always rip it. And then you can put the word serve in there. Always rip, serve it. Okay, because I got this word rip it before I did serves. Always rip, serve it, then adds to 222 perfectly. It's all for the number 3, okay? This is really cool. One of the coolest plays in tennis is the smash. Okay. Well, watch this. Smash equals 60. Well, the ball equals 60. So smash the ball equals 60 plus 60. It's too obvious. 120. Done. We are, by the way, solving tennis terms. Well, the word terms divides by 3 just like tennis. With the center R dividing by 3, you know, then 18 points. 18 in the center, flanked with 18, flanked with 39. Terms of any sort that follows something that divides by 3. For example, soccer divides by 3. You can solve soccer terms, okay? Love terms, you know, Bible terms, whatever. We're in the world of tennis right now. So tennis terms is what we're solving. What does terms add to in total? That's 36 plus 39 is 75. Tennis is 81. Tennis terms adds to 156 divided by 3. Done. Okay, so that's it for page 1 here. On we go. On we go. Solving tennis terms to the glory of the Trinity. And the best is yet to come, people. Okay. In the game of tennis, the ball is either in or out, always. While the parallelism between in and out is very easy, plus 2 on the end of letters that all divide by 3. So that the words in and out both knit together perfectly with all the following words to make multiples of 3. In or out line. Now you can say inside, outside. Okay? And then you can say indoor, outdoor, like indoor track and field divides by 3, outdoor track and field. Indoor tennis divides by 3, outdoor tennis divides by 3. Because the offset knits together. These are puzzle pieces that knit together with these box letters to make multiples of 3. And then the line on the court is what draws between what is in and what is out. So it's an obvious combination with in, you know, line in, line out. In, line, okay? And then people always say it landed in. Well, the word land, okay? The word land is the +1 offset that goes with these +2. So it can land in, it can land out. You can say it's landing in, landed out. And then you can say fall. Same thing with fall. It's too obvious. The parallelism between the word land and the word fall is dead even. This guy divides by 3, these two equal 24, dividing by 3, and even equals 18. The A is the +1 offset that knits together with these two words. So you can fall in to the pool. You can have a fallout. The ball can fall outside the line. The ball can fall in play. The ball can fall out of play. It can land in play. It can land out of play. Pure 3s, okay? Yes, in tennis, oh boy, just keep watching, folks, it just keeps getting better. In tennis, of course, the important thing is the score. And you have a scorekeeper. Score equals 60, keeper equals 60. Too obvious. Who takes the glory for all this? And the word score, all the center letters divide by 3, bookends knit together to make 24. But score equals 60, keeper equals 60, therefore scorekeeper equals 120, perfectly. And of course, the score is the numbers. Now, you also have a ball boy. In tennis, in the pros, you have a ball boy. Both words divide by 3. 27 plus 42 equals Jehovah, 69. And it's the exact same phenomenon as Jehovah, where you can pull out the O, and the rest of the letters equals love. And what's exceptional about the rest of those letters is you can get the two 27s. Ball equals 27, the first half of love. BY equals 27, the second half of love. Genius. Ball boy equals Jehovah with an O wrapped in love. There. I love how God always glorifies the meek of the earth greatly. Some of the meekest gems are actually the most stunning mathematically. Ball boy equals Jehovah equals O wrapped in love. And you can find the two 27s, the first and second half of love. Okay. In tennis, it's common to bring a towel. Okay. You really, really want to have a towel. You also want a water bottle. That's what you see all the pros have. It's like there's two items you want on the sideline when you go play tennis. One is a towel, the other is a water bottle. By Divine Ordinance, both words divide by 3. Okay, towel equals 75. Water is 67. Boils down to 8 by the law of Triune. Okay, I could talk about that. Take that with the B there. 69. The rest all divides by 3. 81. 50, 96 plus 45 is 141. Divides by 3. 3 times the 15th prime. So if you bring your towel and your water bottle, then that adds 216, which is the full birth name of Elvis Presley. 888, tripled and tripled again. 24 times 3 times 3, 8 times 3 times 3 times 3, 888, tripled and tripled again when you bring your towel and water bottle, which they always do in all the tennis tournaments. And of course, tournament divides by 3 and tennis divides by 3, so a tennis tournament divides by 3. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, we're going to keep going here. We're going to erase these and just keep writing. Write. The writing is on the wall. We're solving the game of tennis in detail. At a tennis tournament or a tennis match, you have the announcer. Announcer divides by 3. It equals 105. Okay. They can also be called a caller. Okay, which divides by 3. And they do what is called the play-by-play. Well, this is really cool because play-by-play is love, half a love, love. Remember, play equals love. By is 27, half a love. And play, of course, another love. Love, half a love, love. In play-by-play announcer. So now play-by-play announcer or the play-by-play caller, the divides by 33. Genius. Too good. And then you also have the color. So the person who provides color commentary. Color every word divides by 3. So whether the announcer is doing play-by-play or color, it screams out the number 3 in the name of love. And here's love and color and half a love as well. Plus a 3 in front. It's all for the number 3, okay? So, color, play-by-play, love, love, pure, just done, okay? Because those are the ones that tell us what's going on and excite us and all that stuff. Okay. Then you have the people that are watching the game. A fan divides by 3 in 3 letters. That's an obvious one. A watcher. Each letter has 3 strokes as well. A watcher is another word. Someone who's watching the game. A patron. Okay. Divides by 3. A customer divides by 3 if they paid to see the game. Client also divides by 3, of course. Most of all, person and human both divide by 3. So, all the people, and they form what is called a crowd, which divides by 3. And you say the crowd, because the divides by 3. Crowd equals 63. The equals 33, together 96. Done. First 3 letters divide by 3. Last half equals 27, half a love. Done. So, every single person in the crowd. By the way, as I was walking to and from Cactus Club, I do go across the stop walk. Stop, walk, every letter vertically, over stop, over top of walk, every letter vertically in the 4 columns makes multiples of 3. And I am, at that point, what is called a pedestrian. Well, pedestrian divides by 3 perfectly. Okay? Because we are all made in the image of God, who is 3 persons. That's why that is the case. Okay, board is full. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep solving tennis in detail. It's called the tennis marathon. Remember, marathon divides by 3, tennis divides by 3. We've done the love marathon where we solved a bunch of the conversation hearts and a whole bunch of love terms for the number 3. Well, today is a tennis marathon. So, next in tennis. Oh yeah. What is the official line that is the top of the net? Okay. Well, net plus tape, net and tape divided by 3, and this is really cool. The net has the tape on the top. Watch this. So net is 39, tape is 42, both dividing by 3, differing by 3 points exactly, and that makes perfectly 81, which equals tennis, which is pure threes, of course. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. By the way, I'm running quite nicely on Sprite sugar. Sprite equals truth, sugar. Okay. And I got a divine gem from Jehovah as I was walking back from Cactus Club, wherein I got the Sprite, and I'm not joking, folks. Jehovah told me to pick this up. It was lying on the corner, right on the corner of where I was waiting to cross the street, and as if that wasn't enough, right after that he told me to pick this one up, lying all by itself, just half a block further down. Dole divides by 3, lying there. Dole divides by 3 in the exact same fashion as Sprite, with the 2 center letters equaling 27, exactly half of love. L-O, 27 in the center, bookended with 9. R-I in the center of Sprite, 27 bookended with P-T, which divides by 3. S-E divides by 3. Sprite equals truth to the glory of the Triune God. Sprite divides by 3. Dole divides by 3. God told me to pick these 2 items up as a sign of all of these numbers. And this is no less orange juice. Orange equals 60, juice divides by 3, 100%. When you speak, it divides by 3, 100% orange dole, 100% orange juice by dole divides by 3 perfectly. Okay. How did I get on that tangent? Oh, I was just commenting about how Sprite just keeps this keeps the brain firing quite quickly, so we can move through this truth quickly. Okay. Sprite equals truth. Anyways. So, look at that. So the net plus the tape at the top, 81. What is that made of? Okay. Well, essentially it's a rope. And rope equals love. Rope equals 54 equals love. And because it's all about unity, a rope is an agent that binds. It's also threaded, typically with 3 braids at least, or 3 cords, you know. A triple braided cord. God is love. God is 3 persons. Rope equals love. And that is, traditionally, from the beginning, tennis was literally, you can play tennis with a single rope. If your eyes are really good, just a single rope suspended between 2, what class? Poles. Okay? Pole divides by 3 in the same fashion as rope. In fact, they share, you know, 2 letters that divide by 3, and then they share the PE, which knit together to make 21. A rope tied to a pole. That's tennis. Rope, pole. And then this is the net. Okay, so all these terms divide by 3. Rope, pole, net, tape. Rope equals love. There you go. Ordained by heaven. So now, look, the word net is 39, the word tennis is 81. The obvious follow-up is a tennis net, because this is 6 letters, this is 3 letters. Tennis net, therefore, in 9 letters, equals 120 perfectly. Done. We've solved every tennis net in the history of the universe to the glory of the Triune God. Let's keep going. What does pole add to? Just for the record, 48, 6 points less than rope. So rope plus pole equals 102, the first 3-digit number that divides by 3 perfectly. And you can see that those use the same 3 digits that add to 3. Genius. Okay, so now we are going to keep going. In the courts, the tennis courts we played today, you have what is called sport court. That's a term used to describe a surface, and that's very beautiful. The bookends knit together to make 39, divides by 3, and then port and court divides by 3. Okay? So, of course, the mathematical solution of the word sport, and sports is staring us in the face. S plus 1 in front, and then if you pluralize to say sports, you just get an S plus 1 in back. These 2 center letters divide by 3, being 33, differing by 3 points, 15, 18. And then the P and the T knit together to make 36, 3 points higher. It's too obvious. Who takes the glory for the word sport and every use thereof, and all sports in general. And then every letter in court divides by 3 right here, and that including love right there. Love, the famous O-U-R, our. So you get 3 equals C plus love. It couldn't be any better, you know. Every letter divides by 3. That's 57 in there, plus 69 in there, That is 57 plus 69 plus 57 is 126. Yes. 126 for the inside, and then plus the 39 without bumps us up to 165. Sport court. Done. Which divides by 15 as well. 15 times 11. Okay. And sometimes you can play tennis on concrete. You can also play on grass. We've solved concrete divides by 3. If you play on grass, grass is easy. Remember, G plus 1 in front. Think of the color green. Green does the exact same thing as the word grass. God ordained it to be this way. Plus 1 G in front. R divides by 3. These 3 letters knit together to make a multiple of 3. In grass, they are 3 plus 1s that knit together. In green, they are 3 plus 2s. And amazingly, these are meant to cross-link so that just like stopwalk and wine gums, which we solved earlier today, you can literally stack these letters on top of each other like columns and link every one. SN equals 33, SE equals 24, AE equals 6, R and R equal each other, both dividing by 3. We've just solved every speck of green grass in the entire universe for the glory of the Triune God. Done. And then, by the way, if you have tan grass, that divides by 3 perfectly. Okay. Anyways, so, but green grass, there's just an obvious one for you. Okay, while we were at the courts, my brother Jason and I, we were there twice. The first day, they were cleaning the courts with a pressure washer. And pressure washer divides by 3, and so that when we came back today, they were immaculate. Absolutely immaculate. Pressure washer is both a job occupation and the name of a tool. Well, do the math and study it yourself. Pressure washer divides by 3. You can knit together the first 2 letters and just keep going 3s there. You have to imagine, you have to understand, of course, that pressure washer, that summarizes millions of dollars of merchandise on this planet. Everyone knows what a pressure washer is, but now we're solving it to the glory of the Trinity so that no one can officially say the word pressure washer anymore without glorifying the Trinity, because the writing is now on the wall. It has been confessed in the lips of mankind. We now understand that pressure washer glorifies the Triune God. It's time for us to understand this universe and give thanks to Him for it. Okay, so another item in tennis that's very important is the fence. When we go to play tennis, we want that fence all around the court so that we don't have to chase the ball into the middle of the fields or onto the street. Well, someone had to put up that fence, and that fence has poles. Fence equals 33 equals gate. There's always a gate in the fence. Think of the white picket fence in the front yard of the American dream. You got the fence equals 33, and then the gate equals 33. And the word the equals 33. So the fence equals 33 plus 33. The gate equals 33 plus 33 by divine ordinance to the Triune God. There we've just solved every single gate and every single fence that helps make the gate to the glory of the Trinity. And of course the traditional fence has triangles at the top. It's like triangular top fence 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. A true chain fence, chain link fence. And by the way, chain link divides by 3, so a chain linked fence, or a chain linking fence, or just chain link fence divides by 3, makes diamonds, and the word diamond divides by 3. Another word for diamond is a rhombus, and that divides by 3 perfectly. Okay, so every fence has now been solved, and the word every divides by 3, so every fence has now been solved. And then you have, so we got the fence with the chain links and then the pole. What was the pole again? Pole was 48. So watch this. Fence plus pole together adds to 81, which equals tennis, which equals, of course, 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. There, we've just solved all tennis fences and poles in the history of the universe. Okay. I'm going to get that one last. Okay. More tennis action. Yada 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 yada. Play more tennis. Every word divides by 3. You should play more tennis. Okay, now we're getting into some cool ones. In tennis and in volleyball, you can have either and volleyball is really big on these two terms. Tennis is also very big, I'm sure. You can have either a cross-court shot or a line shot. Those are basically the two classifications. Okay? Especially in volleyball, if you're hitting from the edge of the court, one of the outsides, the power hitter, the outside hitter, or the offside hitter, you can either do a cross-court shot, okay, or you can do a line shot. Well, by Divine Ordinance, cross-court shot divides by 3, and line shot divides by 3. Cross-court shot divides by 3, and here's how I knit that together. These two T's hook up with these two S's. That's called the marriage couple made in heaven, and then all this is 3's. Like practically every letter, except for these two guys make 27, the perfect cube of 3. Every other letter divides by 3 all by itself. It's too obvious, cross-court shot. Like, it's just beautiful. In 3 words, the cross-court shot. I'm like, we've just solved every cross-court shot in the history of volleyball and tennis and ping pong. It's like the most common shot there is in those games. Oh, he just hit cross-court. He hit the cross-court shot. You know, it's like, how many times is this going to happen in world history? You know, as the universe spins around and galaxies are being played with by God, it's like there's lots of cross-court shots happening on this planet, and God likes it. Okay, so cross-court shot, 39 plus 39 plus 15 is 93 plus 27, 120 plus 36, 156 plus 21, 177 plus another 3, 180 plus 33 is 213. There you go. Cross-court shot. There you go. If you add 30 points to that, you get 243, which is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Okay, so next is the line shot, of course. Line shot, that's a little faster to add up. Line shot, that's really easy. There's 3 plus 2's, and then all this divides by 3 again. So 39, that's 54. Ooh, it ends in love. This whole cluster there equals love, and I encourage you to find love in all these things. And then you got another 27 plus 21 plus 48. So love plus 48, 54 plus 48 equals 102. That is the first 3-digit number that divides by 3 perfectly. Done. And then when you say the line shot, you add 33 points to that to make it 135, which is very keen for the number 3. 3 times 3 times 3 times the third prime. And then stick that in front of that, 246, which is, so the cross-court shot then bumps us up to 246, which is, of course, a pair of 123s. 123 plus 123. And we know 123 is king for the number 3. So 123 plus 123 equals 246. The cross-court shot, genius. So whether you talk about a cross-court shot or a line shot, pure 3's. Okay. Oh, this one should make Roger Federer happy. You can either have a one-handed backhand or a two-handed backhand. This is a big deal in tennis. Okay, when you hold a tennis racket, particularly if you're right-handed, you will do most of your forehand shots with one hand. But the backhand can be a little bit tougher. Most athletes on tour will double up for the backhanded shot. So if I'm right-handed, they'll add their left hand to the racket and get a two-handed stroke. Roger Federer does a one-handed backhand. Wham! Go, Roger! Roger divides by 3 by Divine Ordinance. Roger is, of course, 18 plus 18. 36 plus 15 is 51, plus another 12, 63. Roger is 63 with 27 at the 7, perfect half of love. 3 times 3 times 3. And then, so in the center of Roger, the center 3 letters is 3 times 9. And then each R on either side of that is a double of 9. Now you know why we say Roger at the end of our radio, communications. Roger that. Done. And you can go for a magic carpet ride on all the use of Roger in brands, in companies, and the entire universe. We've just solved Roger for the glory of the Trinity. So we've therefore solved Roger Federer. It's that simple. Everything is divine. God created everyone, ordained everyone, and gave them their gifts for His glory. Okay. Remember, the divine truth Everything has a name, every name has a number, and God ordained them all to point to himself, so that he takes the glory for everything and everyone in history using numbers. Okay? The Bible says a man can receive nothing except it has been given to him from heaven above, and God has wrapped up this whole story perfectly using numbers, so pay attention to everything. So, let's get it on the board. A one-handed backhand. I'm purposely going, so a one-handed backhand divides by 3. You can check the numbers and find out what that 3 fest is and scoop up all the 3's in that term. And then the offset of 2 is the same as the offset of 1. You've got O divides by 3 and 2 plus 2's. It's obvious. And then and now you're understanding why God ordained the number 1 and the number 2 to be spelled that way, is because there's so many things that knit together with 1 and 2 that will use either 1 or 2. For example, a one-handed backhand in tennis, or a two-handed backhand in tennis. Bam! Okay? Now you are just starting to enter the intelligence of God. Just starting to scratch the database of God's knowledge and all the numbers working perfectly. Okay? Oh yeah, and then one of my favorites, we did the line shot, we did the cross-court shot. Well, and I think everyone's favorite shot, one of my favorite shots in any sport is the spin shot. Who doesn't love the spin shot? In ping pong, I can just like crank that thing, especially the backhand, just like reef upwards as you're torquing on the ball, and that thing will just hook like a sickle, just shoom. Tennis, same thing, just reef, give it a lot of torque. Torque divides by 3 in 3 letters and 3. Just reef it, you know, angular momentum, just the spin shot cannot be denied in glory. So let's add that to the cross-court shot, the line shot, spin shot. It's very fun to say, the spin shot. Okay, the S at the front knits together with the T at the back, and then you've got 2 letters that knit together here that make 30. 2 letters that knit together here, a +1 and +2. This is so cool. You've got divides by 3, +1, +2. You've got divides by 3, +1, +2. Literally, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? So, and these guys make 27 plus 15 there. So the 3 in the middle make 39 here, and the 3 in the middle make 42 here. Wow, 3 points higher. 39 plus 42 equals tennis, 81. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, plus another 39, adds perfectly to 120. That is huge. I mean, I've just proven mathematically that the spin shot was made for tennis, and that it's just absolutely flawless. And then, by the way, it's also chain linked in the center with 33 here. And then this H and this P can hook up, and then you got a pair of 24s. Look at this. 24 PH, 24 IO, 33 in the center, 39 flanking. That's 72 in the rooks of the chessboard. 33 plus 39 is 72, a triple of 24s. Then you got a 24 here and a 24 here. Wow, we've just solved every spin shot to the glory of Jesus equals 8 at 8 and the Triune God. That's huge. That's a beautiful, beautiful set of letters. See that? Bookends, chain links, 72, a triple of triple eights. 24 triple eight, 24 triple eight equals 5 triple eights, 125 times 24. We've just solved every single spin shot in the history of the universe. And then you can add the word "the" in front, the spin shot. And that also chain links with the S to make another 24 triple eight. Amazing. This adds 33 points to the party to bump it up to 153, which is precisely the number of fishes that Jesus ordained his disciples to catch the 3rd time he appeared to them after his resurrection. For the glory of the number 3. Done. Okay, so we've solved every spin shot in the history of the universe. And then I wanted to show you, as I recorded on this piece of paper while I was sitting there, spin shot. I knit it together in beautiful cross linkage. So stack the words on top of each other. Spin, shot. Okay, and you always cross link things. You always bind things together with as much unity as possible, like wrapped around each other. A couple like completely wrapped around. Unity. So now the N is together with the S to make 33. Cross link. Okay. The S is together with the T to make 39. Cross link. It's like shing, and then the P and the H vertically Okay, knit together to make 24. The I and the O vertically knit together to make 24. It's just absolutely perfect in its design for intimacy for the number 3. That's just another way of showing what we showed there with chain links and bookends essentially. But I like stacking them like that so you can see the artistic beauty and symmetry. Speaking of which leads us to one of the most expensive gems of all time, and that is the divine phrase I got from God, live long, which stacks perfectly like this. And wine gums, amazingly, a candy which we got this morning, stacks perfectly letter for letter, just like stopwalk. When you stack wine over gums, okay, letter for letter, it makes multiples of 3 in stunning numbers. Watch that movie. It's 30 plus 30 plus 27 plus 24. For the WG, the IU, the NM, the ES. So now we're going to solve the phrase I got from God, which is live long. That is a word from God to me. He says, Derek, live long, so that you will speak much, see much of my glory, and be able to serve much and bring much pleasure to God. I am at His mercy. We are all at His mercy for how long we get to live on this planet. But the devil wants you dead, okay? You don't want that. You want to live long to the glory of God. And the Bible tells you how, okay? Most of all, salvation in Jesus Christ gives you eternal life, okay? But live long on this planet. Watch this. Live long. Who doesn't want to live long? Well, look at the mathematical beauty of it. It's too obvious. Too obvious. Now, the best part is coming up. So, every letter, again, every vertical pair makes a multiple of 3, with the first 4 letters all dividing by 3. All these guys divide by 3 all by themselves. These guys knit together to make 27. These guys knit together to make 21, which is an average of 24. That's amazing, because these guys make 24, and these guys make 24. Now, what's really cool is what I'm going to show you next. So these guys make 24, these guys make 24. Divides by 12. These guys make 36, which divides by 12, triple 12, and these guys make 12 exactly. You got to be kidding me. That is flawless. Live long, 24, 24, 36, 12. Incredible. Double 12, triple 12, 12, of course adds to 96. An average value of 24, 24, 24, 24, triple 8, triple 8, triple 8, triple 8. The glory of Jesus equals 8 a day. No one lives long without Jesus' permission. Jesus is the King, okay? And He decides how long you get to live for. You might want to bow down to Him and worship Him and serve Him, or He might take your breath away tonight. Okay, so live long, and then the famous phrase, live long and prosper, as an added bonus, because and knits together with prosper. Okay, so live long and prosper, we say. Well, the A in the front of and, it's together with other plus ones here in prosper. You can pick a few of them. There's a few at your disposal. So we're just going to jump to the grand total, because that's what we want in this case. Well, I see, I'm going to put the 3 18s together to make love. I always do that. And then 36 points on top of that bumps us up to 90. And then we have another 36, so 126 is this section. So 126 plus 96 is none other than 222 perfectly. By the way, that's the same value as blessing in Hebrew. Blessing in Hebrew is barach, okay? Just like that. This is 2, this is 200. This is 20. In 3 letters, blessing in Hebrew equals 222. Live long and prosper equals 222, which equals blessing in Hebrew. Okay, God's holy language of Scripture. Every language essentially is God's holy language, because He speaks them day and night, and He's perfect. So they're all perfect to glorify Himself mathematically. Live long and prosper. That most people would classify that as blessedness, yes, okay. Blessed equals happy, equals 66, divides by 3, okay. When Jesus said it is more blessed to give than to receive, literally saying it's happier. You will actually be happier. It's more happy to give than to receive. And If you do a study on that Greek word, makarios, for the Beatitudes, blessed are the poor in spirit. Literally, that Greek word makarios means happy. Happy are the poor in spirit. Like you actually are happy. So when you know that truth that Jesus said, it is more blessed to give than to receive, you just milk that your whole life long. You just make a decision every day to give as much as you have been given. Give as much as you can every single day, and you will simply be happy. Because Jesus said, it's a truth. It's not a lie. It's not like some kind of like feel good, like, you know. No, it's actually the truth. It is more blessed to give than to receive. You will be happier if you live a life of giving than receiving. It is a truth, okay? And furthermore, you will also be provided for by God. You will experience miracles. You will experience divine providence. It is literally the most pleasurable life you can live, okay? So, live long and prosper equals 222 equals blessing in Hebrew. Good night. But look at that. 24, 24, 36, 12. Like, do you want to live long? The Bible tells you how. Number one, you need to honor your father and mother. That's the first commandment with promise, that it may be well with you and that you may live long on the earth. By the way, that follow-up, on the earth, divides by 3. On the earth. Which means it's an explicit promise for this life, here and now. That's what I believe, as opposed to, obviously, we live forever in Christ Jesus in heaven. That you may live long on the earth. What is your job in order to receive that promise? Honor your father and mother. Okay? And there are many other passages and promises in the Bible about longevity. Okay? And what God expects for those, just, you know, obedience to the greatest commandments. I would encourage you, just get started on loving God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and loving your neighbor as yourself. And then so on the earth is another 57 plus 42 is, wow, 99, 114. So live long on the earth. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 96 plus 114, those are two puzzle pieces just waiting to get married. Adds to 210 perfectly. Good night. It's the same value as the famous phrase, will you marry me? Which God did supernaturally reveal to me in my life through the means of a shining